Hello viewers, how are you all? I hope you all are doing well. Now today we'll talk about reaction. Why reaction? You know what happens is you react a lot. React a lot means whenever you speak, suppose you are speaking related to anything, and at that time what happens is a mistake is done by you. Okay, what happens after that? You react very uniquely, means you think, I made a mistake, I should not have made a mistake, but I made a mistake, why I made it. You start thinking a lot, which you should not have started thinking. Okay, but you start thinking a lot. This is not the good way to learn this language. Why I'm saying such a? Because what happens is when you start reacting a lot, your mind gets programmed in that way, in that thing related to that. Means whenever you will start reacting, suppose you are the part of any conversation, or suppose you are not the part of any conversation, you are speaking, you are practicing, but in the middle of practicing what happens is you are speaking and you are noticing that you are making mistake, and mistakes can be related to anything, any portion of like grammar or preposition or anything. Whenever you find that okay, you made this mistake that you should not have made mistake, so you start very uniquely and you start a lot, which is not the good way to improve your spoken English. That's why I'm telling you what will happen when you will start reacting. Your mind will get programmed related to that okay, I make a lot of mistake, I should quit learning this language. And because of it, back in your mind, what will happen? Even your mind will be forcing you that yeah, you should stop learning this language, you quit it today. Why are you learning this language? There is no use of learning this language because you don't have potential, you don't have capability to learn this language. Something will happen back in your mind. And why it will be happening? Because back in those days when you used to practice this language, you would make mistake, you would like any mistake you would make, and because of that you would repeat a lot. And what happened is your mind got programmed, which should not have happened. Okay, but it has happened. Now what will happen? The same thing will be repeating. Means your mind, back in your mind, everything is programmed, and the same thing will be told by your mind that don't learn this language and quit quit learning this language. And because of that you may quit as well to learn this language. But let me tell you one thing: the time when you will be when you will be deciding that okay, now I should quit learning this language, what will happen is already you would have learned around like 70%, 80%. You knew each and everything, like how to frame sentence, how to speak. Only the problem was that was you like like it is with everyone, brother, it is with everyone, even with professionals like who know how to speak professionally and fluently. Even they make mistake. It means what? They have stopped themselves? Of course not. They are going, they are learning, they are speaking because they know this is human nature. However, you are perfect, still you are likely to make mistake, and that's the reason they don't stop. But you will stop yourself, you will stop learning this language because of that. That your mind, by speaking a lot, it will go in your mind, and your mind will force you that okay, your mind will force that okay, don't learn. Why you are learning? There is no use of learning, you don't have potential, you don't have capability. And because of that, like the sentences will be bombarding in your mind because of the program that you would have programmed in your mind, and you will quit learning this language. That you should not. That's why I'm telling you, stop reacting a lot. Why? Because this is not the good way to learn. What happens, man? You speak, you make mistake, doesn't matter, you just move on. Only the thing that you can do is find yourself where you like where you made mistake and correct yourself, but not correct yourself in real conversation. Suppose you are doing conversation live, like with anybody in real, and you are not practicing. What I mean is you are not practicing, you are not alone, you are not speaking alone, you are the part of the conversation, you are talking to someone. And at that time, consciously or unconsciously, you make mistake and you start correcting yourself, coming back that okay, I made mistake here, now the time is to correct myself and then I will move on then I will move on something else, like someone some any other sentence I will speak after correcting myself. So this is not the good way. What will happen, you will let people understand that, oh my god, you are the person that who doesn't know how to speak, and who is still learning to improve this language. You will give the hint, you will give the chance to listener to understand you that okay, you are learner, you make mistake. You don't do this in real conversation, do it when you are practicing. Of course you should do, because what will happen, you will when you will find that okay, I make mistake here, then I should correct myself because I want to learn this language. So you should do, you must do this, because you have to speak more clear and more natural. So definitely you will understand when to speak and when to speak what, and when to correct what to speak, which what to use. Okay, that's why you must correct yourself. But consider when you are alone at home and you are practicing, at that time correct yourself. Suppose you are making mistake, like you speak any sentence and you wanted to say something else, but you spoke very different thing. Okay, at that time you can correct yourself, because you are learning this language at home, at anywhere, by yourself. Okay, at that time you can connect like correct yourself, and that's why you will be improving. But don't react a lot. You just speak how much you can speak, you continue speaking, because at the end what will happen, you will be talking a lot. And I know, brother, you know how to speak. It means what, you will not make a lot of mistakes. No, not at all. I rarely 1 to 2 mistakes that you may mistake, that you may make mistake. And okay, that's why I'm telling you, don't stop learning this language and don't react immediately whenever you make mistake. No, not at all. This is not required to react whenever you make mistake. You just speak and listen a lot, because you will understand how to speak, how to frame sentences. Don't react, because once you will react, your mind will senses everything. Okay, that's why I'm telling you, don't react. It will happen, like the same thing you will be attracting, and even in your mind will be bombarding a lot of sentences related to this, that you should quit learning this language, you should start learning something else. Okay, that's why I'm telling you, don't react a lot. You just move on, speak and move on. That is the good way to learn this language, and you will learn it for sure. Okay.